From executive producer Hannah Lee Defrates, this is Empowered Minds with Susan Wellingham, a fictional podcast spin-off from A Fragile Mind. The year is 2031, and the first episode features Dr. Andrew Harrington, starring Jenna Jane as Susan, Molly McGill as Cam, and Kevin Lowney as Andrew Harrington. Written, directed, and soundscape engineered by Joe Swenson.
Dr. Harrington, welcome to the show. Today's show is brought to you by Huel, fueling the fire within. How are you, Andrew?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. Today will be painless, just a casual conversation amongst friends.
We're friends.
Of course we are. Cam, what is our hydration word today?
Hi, Susan. It's,
The thinking word?
Yeah, and the acronym for Universal Mind Mapping.
Clever. Oh, Cam's the best.
Aw, thank you. Nice to meet you, Dr. Harrington.
Likewise.
You're my first guest.
I know.
How are things at UMM?
Close one. Hydrate! A quick reminder that your hydration could be from Huel, fueling the fire within.
Now you're showing off.
Thank you.
UMM.
Things are good. We just received another research grant from the Federation of California Corporations. I'd say all is well with UMM.
And the family?
I'm sure you already know.
My audience doesn't.
My family is fine.
Just want to dive right in.
I know who you are, and you know who I am, and clearly the topic is going to be telepathy. You can butter me up all you want, but you don't need to. I'm eager to talk.
Before your ouster from No More Words, there were some crazy accusations being thrown around. There's always a little truth and a little lie in each accusation, right?
Sure.
What happened?
I was fired as CEO.
That's it?
Joy Turner Wilcox happened.
Here on Empowered Minds, we really want to explore what our minds are truly capable of. During your time at NMW, you had some powerful people backing your projects. What were you looking for?
I'm not at liberty to discuss that information.
Cam, areas of study?
Dr. Harrington is linked to telepathy, telekinesis, clairvoyance, indigenous lore, Annunaki, ancient Sumerians, and more.
Thank you, Cam. Are you staying hydrated over there?
Hydrate.
You're incredibly well-funded. Your think tank gets national recognition, especially for the corporate states contracts, and I believe you've announced a recent breakthrough.
On Thursday the 19th,
Hydrate. Oh, it's fun to say.
UMM CEO Dr. Andrew Harrington announced in partnership with Caltech and University of Ottawa Faculty of Medicine, you had unlocked how dendrites control neuronal response variability, which has implications for learning, memory, and potentially EMCs?
Yes, we have been working on this for years. It was a huge breakthrough. Also, gliosites and neuroglia. Who knew?
Who knew? Who knew? Tell it to us like we're in second grade.
Well, the big story are these cells called gliosites that make up more than half of all the neurotissue in the human body. What if, The
suspense is killing us, right, Cam?
I have do not resuscitate on my ID.
Do you believe in the Christian version of the history of our planet?
This is second grade.
I thought it was hyperbole.
Of course it was.
Hydrate.
Let's pretend for a second.
I have to think about my target audience.
You have me as your first guest. So there's an element of setting the tone for everyone, right?
I wrote 3 books on telepathy, so whatever you're about to say will likely fit nicely into our vibe.
Okay. The ancient Sumerian text, are you familiar?
In as much as any other curiosity-driven person might be.
Largely written in the 2nd and 3rd millennia BC.
The Mayans' Popol Vuh?
Less familiar, but still equally ignorant to whatever awesomeness you're going to...
Book of the Community, originally preserved by Mayan oral tradition until the 16th century.
And the Chalam Balam and more? What do these texts have in common?
This is getting exciting. Tell us.
They reference telepathy.
No. They reference the Annunaki. So does the Christian Bible.
Interesting. Go on.
In your latest book, which I read the draft of, thank you. Oh, did you come up with a title?
Can you hear what I'm thinking?
Clever. Especially since you already know the answer.
Thank you. Back to the Annunaki.
So, there are many working theories that those with EMCs are direct descendants of the Anunnaki, but that the Anunnaki were so concerned about the concentration of these powers into a specific sect of humanity that they worked to disperse the seeds of their powers throughout all of humanity.
It says that in the texts?
No.
Oh, sorry. That just struck me as... never mind.
Connect the dots, Dr. Harrington.
This groundbreaking study led us directly to the glia and the neuroglia and their connection with extramental capabilities.
You're saying that telepaths are directly linked to ancient aliens. Cam.
Oh my God. You know these theories are outlandish.
Pardon me. Without outlandish theories, we wouldn't have electricity, quantum physics, smartphones, and more. Every invention starts with a theory, and then someone who refuses to quit pursues these theories until they're a reality. I wouldn't expect a simple producer to understand.
That's punching below the belt.
So's laughing at my life's work.
Back to the Annunaki. Are there other markers to create the link?
No. That's what's frustrating about the research. No DNA changes, no chromosome oddities, no protein peculiarities, nothing. Well, there's this one thing, and we found it in your first book, Telepathic Revelations.
You've read my book.
Books?
Thank you. That means a lot coming from a neuroengineer.
I prefer a researcher or scientist. We don't have plans to inject strategic manipulation into our projects.
If you unlock what you seem to be unlocking, what stops you?
We'll cross that bridge if a bridge presents itself.
My book.
Oh, yes,
Hydrate.
right. In your book, Telepathic Revelations, you referenced that you believe that telepaths couldn't actually read minds, but instead would have to be intentional in their communication. We've taken that theory and run with it, but added in, what if not every telepath can speak with their minds, and what if not every telepath can hear what is being said?
That's deep.
It's all part of the intentional frequencies theory.
Okay, I got this. Intentional frequencies theory is the idea that there are frequencies with which our minds can communicate where they reach only their intended target.
Correct. We do this with our actual voices. We are constantly directing our communication to the person that is expected to listen to what we say. We're doing this right now through these microphones. We are speaking only to those that are engaged and listening. But our intentional target is the microphone through our mouths on the front of our face. So what if our minds can do this as well?
Like sonar?
Yes. Another intentional frequency emitted from the mind like echolocation. Humans have echolocation.
They do? I mean, we do?
If you were blind, you'd know.
But we're not intentionally emitting something. That's a response or a reaction to a sound.
I suppose in the simplest form, you're correct. We found a link, though, to growth in the primary visual cortex through a phenomenon known as neuroplasticity. This allows a human to emit a sound with an expected bounce.
I've been following along pretty well up till now. I'm lost, though.
Me too. Constantly.
Oh, you're funny, Doctor. How did anything in my book help your research?
Right.
Hydrate.
I'm going to have to pee in a few minutes.
We like to keep our guests hydrated.
That's not a bad thing.
And our audience as well.
Back to the connection between your book and our research. If the brain can remap itself through neuroplasticity, which has been proven over and over again, could there be a way to control or reduce the dendrite's neuronal response variability and boost the power of the glia on a specific spot or place within your mind?
I have no idea what you just said.
Dr. Harrington is suggesting that telepaths can speak out of the side of their head. What? I'm paying attention here.
Is that right?
Yes. Not only is that right, it's spot on. We believe that telepaths can speak and hear out the side of their head. Which side? Not sure. We assume dominant side, but there's nothing that confirms.
What about the other EMCs like telekinesis and...
Clairvoyance?
Yes.
Oh, we're not even close to breaking through on those two. Star Labs in Barcelona might be closer.
Okay. You've been a tremendous guest, and we've learned a lot, and hopefully haven't bored a bunch of listeners to death.
There's more.
More?
We are out of time, Dr. Harrington. We're trying to keep these to 15, 20 minutes.
There is more.
You've said that, and we haven't turned the power off.
The Annunaki.
Oh, man. The ancient aliens? Oh, sweet.
Are either of you historians?
I'm not.
Oh, I'm quick on the internet.
Okay, Cam, look up Annunnaki's third eye. Really, any reference to the third eye.
Psychics?
The Romani have always been a fascinating ethnic group to study for this particular science.
Right. It is assumed that telepathy is genetically passed down from generation to generation, and that it started, or at least spread, with the nomadic lifestyle of the Romani.
Correct. We think we found a link between Annunaki and ethnically pure Romani.
No. What? How? Did you find an alien frozen in ice somewhere?
I can't tell you.
Oh, shoot. Why not?
You found the Annunaki.
Maybe, but that's as much as I can say. There's a link.
Now we're getting somewhere. Talk about burying the lead.
I can't. Really, I shouldn't have gone this far. Maybe I can ask you to edit this part out?
Oh, no way. This is the first compelling thing you've said.
Cam, that's not true. Dr. Harrington has given us a lot of insight. Telepaths speak out the sides of their head. There's a genetic remapping that happens within the brain, and they've established several links to dendrite neuronal response and more. I love it, actually.
Thank you, Susan. But if I may request that you cut out these parts of the show about the Annunaki, I got carried away. The board at would appreciate it.
Hydrate.
I'm serious.
Dr. Harrington, we're looking for someone. Maybe you can help us.
A future guest?
Yeah, sure.
If I help, will you delete out the parts about the Annunaki?
Yes, of course.
Who are you trying to find?
Stephanie Joy Bradley.
Oh, well, aren't we all?
Surely you have some insight?
Ooh, let's get hydrated.
I really don't know much.
If you know something, please tell us.
Stephanie,
Oh, hydrate again. Staving off thirst in big ways today.
You said it yourself. We are all looking for Stephanie.
Right. I'm looking for her to confirm the link between her and the Annunaki. I can't believe you coerced me into talking about... Anyway.
There was no coercion. You came here of your own free will. You spoke to our audience of your own free will, Doctor.
Why are you looking for?
To chat, of course. She could answer all the questions I have about the EMC world, you know?
Sure, maybe find her siblings?
Wait, what? She has siblings?
A half-brother and half-sister. They might be able to unlock her whereabouts.
Okay. This is great. Thank you, Dr. Harrington.
Found out who they are. Delphia and Bashiri Wilcox. Father is Peter Wilcox. Strange names.
Where do they live?
Hold your horses. Oh, this is strange. They're also off the grid. Their last known address was Manchester by the Sea in the Commonwealth. That was 2026.
5 years ago. Okay.
Strange names for kids whose parents are named Peter and Joy.
We're on the same page, Doc.
Doctor.
Bashiri has Persian origins, meaning bringer of joy. Holy shit, wait, but it is also from Swahili, meaning prophet or foreteller. Damn!
Cam,
Yeah!
easy on the language.
Oh, yeah. Oh, sorry, I'm just geeking out about this stuff.
Delphia?
Yeah, not much there, other than it's Greek, maybe? If so, then the name is associated with the qualities of a dolphin. Not as much fun as Bashiri.
Dr. Harrington, thank you. You've been a great guest. We require all of our guests to impart upon the universe a quote that means the most to you.
I'm your first guest?
Yes.
Okay. Quote. That means something to me.
Hydrate!
Oh, yeah? Thanks. Okay. One by Winston Churchill that has stuck with me and fits our theme today. No idea is so outlandish that it should not be considered with a searching, but at the same time, steady eye.
I like that one. This is Empowered Minds with Susan Wellingham. We are exploring everything we can about how the mind works, how we can make it stronger, and whether we have the ability to access EMCs, which, based on what we've learned today, may not be the case. Our next guest will likely refute that. Professor Novak has been the lead researcher on EMC extraction for decades, but after they were forced out of Star Labs, they went into hiding for many years. Can't wait to unpack all that and more. Thank you again, Dr. Harrington.
Thank you, Susan. And Cam, nice to meet you both.
Keeping the mind fed through compelling, non-mainstream wisdom. Take it away, Cam.
Empowered Minds with Susan Wellingham is brought to you by Huel, fueling the fire within. Your Speak, bringing people together like never before. Free zone consultation, learning a new way to exist. And Broken Arts Entertainment, providing cinematic ear candy. We'll see you next time on Empowered Minds.
And there's the playoff music. Da, 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 da.
Got
That's a wrap, y'all.
you,
what did you think? How do you feel?
Hydrated.
Oh, that was nice. That was a good hydrated.
Yeah, yes, thank you for the
hydrated.
many reminders on that
Cam,
one. Cam,
yes.
much appreciated.
Definitely don't have much time here before I have to run to the bathroom
Yeah.
myself.
Hey, make sure
Thorough hydration.
you listen in for our second episode, too. I think that you're going to find it really interesting.
Yeah, you dug up Professor Novak, huh?
Absolutely. Can't wait to hear what they have to say.
Yeah.
Find it interesting you say how they were in hiding. You know, typically you don't have to hide from people who really aren't looking for you.
What do you mean by that, Doctor?
Well, I just, of course people have different opinions on how things work, but Novak, Novak treats these gifts like a commodity, you know?
Well, I'll be sure to ask about that. Thank you for bringing that up.